Alright, today we're going to make the drain plate. So go ahead and write our full name, our class, and drain plate. This one is going to start on the top view, so we'll go ahead and click on the top view. We're going to add a sketch to that top plane. And we're going to start with our circle. We'll start that in the center origin point, and we're going to pull that out. Our dimension is 150 millimeters. So here we're going to type 150, and we're going to put mm for millimeters. That will change it to the correct size. Everything looks good there, so we'll go ahead and hit the check mark. We'll come to isometric view here, and we're going to extrude this out. This dimension here is going to be 5 millimeters. So we'll hit 5 millimeters. We'll hit the check mark. So far, so good. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a second sketch. We'll hit the second sketch. We'll go ahead and click on that top view, or the top of the image there. If we hit N on the keyboard, that will turn it back to our normal view, or the view that we are editing. We are going to start off by making our pattern. So we'll start off with the circle tool by clicking on the origin. And then we're going to dimension that circle to our dimension that is in our image, which is 5 millimeters. Zoom in here. We'll click on our linear pattern. We'll choose our circle. We're going to change our top one to 6. So we're adding 6 going upwards. And we're going to change our bottom one, or sideways, to 6 as well. The distance between them is 10 millimeters. If we put 10 millimeters, we're going to do the same thing here, 10 millimeters. And everything looks good there as far as our pattern, so we're going to left click. We will end the sketch. We're going to click on extrusion, or extrude. And we're going to, over here on our side panel, we're going to click on sketch 2. And you'll notice that it has add that. We're going to remove material, so that will put holes in here. If we look up here, our corner one here is a little close to the edge, so we are going to remove that from our holes. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and you'll see that it takes that away. And we can go ahead and click our finish extrusion. And our pattern looks great. So now we're going to mirror that pattern. We're going to go ahead and choose the type of mirror. So currently we're going to change where it says part mirror here into feature mirror. We can come up here and we can click the extrusion, and then we can choose our mirror plane. We just rotate this a little bit. We can go ahead and click on our right plane. If you see here, I'm clicking on where it's right, and you'll see the lines turn yellow. I click that, and that will mirror it along that plane. I can go ahead and click OK, or the check mark, and you'll see my pattern is perfect. We're going to do the same thing again, except we're going to mirror that down. So we're going to go ahead here, we're going to change our part mirror to feature mirror. We are going to choose extrusion. Oops. And we're going to also add mirror 1. We're going to go ahead and we're going to choose our mirror plane here. For this one, we're going to rotate this a little bit. We're going to click on our front plane. So if we click right here, you'll see it mirror down. So we can see that we've created our drain plate. We can also right click on the part 1 down here. We can change the appearance and change our color to make it look a little bit more like the metal that would be. From here, we are going to create a drawing of this. So if we come down here to our little plus sign, we're going to click Create Drawing. We should be in ANSI inch or ANSI A inch. Click OK here. We're going to choose our part. And we can go ahead and I think we can bump this up to 1:1, I think. We can place our front view. And then it's going to want us to place our top view. And let's just see if we can move that down just a little bit. We should be able to get that in here. Maybe not. Alright, so looks like we can't get a 1:1 in there, so we'll go ahead and we're going to change that to 1:2, and that will change that view. We're going to do the same thing to this one. Scale 1:2. Check mark here, and then we can move that up into here. We can get rid of that, and then we can project our view this way. So our side view looks very similar to our top view. And we can do our isometric. And realistically, we can leave this one off because it's pretty much the same view. So if you want, you can go ahead and leave that one off of this drawing here. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to dimension this view here. So remember, dimensioning is putting in sizes. So if we come in close, we want to have the dimension on how far these are apart. So with my dimension tool selected, I'm going to click on my 2 center points here. And it will go in inches, so we're just going to change this right here. We're going to change that to millimeters. And that will show us our millimeters. We're also going to dimension it so we know that the distance that is right here is also 10 millimeters. So we can go ahead and change that to millimeters. And we can hit everything right there. We also want to know what our diameter of our circle is right here. So we're just going to click on our circle. Click on our circle and bring out our diameter. And we're going to change that to millimeters as well. And then we have one more measurement we're going to add on here, and that's just the diameter of our large circle. Like that. And then we're going to double click on that one. Get back on the thing where I can see it. Change that to millimeters, and there we go. Now we can kind of look at our placement of our parts here. I'm just going to hit escape a couple times and just kind of move that over just a little bit so that our measurements are not interfering with our drawing over here. I'm just going to get rid of that. Alright, so your name should be down here, your date should be here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in what this part is particularly called. And this one is called drain plate. I don't hold the shift too long. You hit our check mark there. We have our drain plate. Okay. Alright, there is our drawing. What you're going to do is you're going to right click on the drawing and export. Right click on the drawing. So I'm going to come down to the bottom. I right click, I hit export. Here you're going to put your full name and you can export that. If you want to be a little bit more precise, go ahead and write drain plug or drain plate. That way I know exactly what it is, and hit export there. That will download that to your Chromebook, and then what you do is you go to the classroom. There should be a turn-in for the drain plate in there for you to complete that assignment.